and we are in. And actually, I have a pause. Do you have a
Game
pause?
is paused. Game is paused, yeah.
All right.
So we have time to talk about the new changes on Boundary Brawl. We've moved the trees to the edges a little bit more.
Yep.
So players can find a TC without building it within range of their opponent. But it also means that there's generally going to be less trees near the TC.
Yep.
So you're going to have to be really careful if you want to go for that opening dock strategy that we've seen some people do.
Yeah, before it was like one player would have 6 trees, one player would have 3, then there wasn't a lot of space. So we made a change, and I think players will have to be somewhat adaptive because, as you said, you might not be able to go for 2 or 3 fishing ships anymore. Maybe just 1 or 2 before a lumber camp.
Yep.
Villese is the Armenian, so he'll have a mule cart eventually. MbL is the Huns, and I just said before, I think this is the most OP civilization on this map. I think people are going to figure it out and either pick it first, which MbL did, or ban it. Because when this horse pops out of this TC, look at all the water buffaloes available on the water that you would never get otherwise. So that's really helpful for mid-feudal. And then, because there's no scout here, you could scout where the opponent's taking wood. Are they on gold? What are they doing? I think that information is going to be super valuable here for MbL.
Yeah, the horse in general has just been really, really nice. I think Huns is good on Graupel. Huns is good here. Huns can be good on Mired if you have the APM to use the horse. Badquala didn't last night. He was kind of falling apart a little bit. And you see it's already forcing Villese to do some stuff. Like he's already coming out with a villager early because he knows that horse is going to snag the water buffalo.
Yeah,
so
true.
He's wasting time just kind of walking in a circle.
Yeah,
trying to find just even a couple of these things to bring home.
Well, this is great. I'm really glad we're seeing this because this is an interesting thing that a lot of people haven't done. I mean, a player is sending multiple villagers around just to pre-collect these buffalo, basically. That's a player who thinks there's heavy value to that. Now, we'll have to keep an eye on this because when you are Huns, yes, you don't have to build houses, but you start with less wood. So if MbL wants that dock build, he would have to start taking straggler trees.
Look at Villese with another villager looking for them.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, he really wants these.
I love it. It's smart. I think the reason this is helpful is for mid-feudal age when all the hunts and all the rhinos have disappeared. And there's usually going to be ships. That's what we've seen a lot of. You can't justify sending your villagers away from your TC if there's ships out there. So, yeah, you want to just save those for later, essentially. But no dock for either player. Maybe we'll see it for Villese, but he's building his mule cart first.
Yeah, I like the lumber camp and or mule cart first before the dock. I think it's just way more consistent.
Yep.
And I also like on this map to build a dock on the edge because then your opponent, there's some questions there, right? If you build the dock in the middle, they can see it.
Yep.
And then they know exactly that you're going to have water pressure. If you build it on the edge and they don't scout it, number one, they need to devote unit time to try and scout that, to try and figure out if you're going for that. And also there's potential for you to just go land, avoid the water, maybe, or, have a sneaky dock somewhere where you're fish booming and they have no idea that you're doing it.
And to our point about this horse, MbL should be in position to be able to get all that information if he's scouting around. Villese will have to guess a little bit more. So MbL already found the wood on the outside, placed his lumber camp. But yeah, I think I get it from a player perspective. It might be a little awkward. Villese is actually just going to go to these other stragglers. But I guess with other civs, we might not see people dock as early as they were with all the other trees. But I think we had such issues
he's
with the
docking
map.
On the outside too.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like the changes to the map because we had just too many restarts, too many issues. And this just keeps it more consistent.
I think another good thing with Huns here is the middle of the map near your opponent's CC is completely explored. So if you toggle auto scout on with that horse, which is just way easier once you've found those, it's not running into your opponent's CC.
True. It's not going to run it. Yeah, they're true. Yeah, that's a good point. So MbL, what's his plan here? We're questioning. The weakness for MbL is always early feudal, early castle. It's always those timings that a lot of other players have down. MbL is way more adaptive. If you don't kill him off, if you let him stay in the game, he becomes very dangerous. Feels like he's going to drop a dock. This could still be galleys from him, but a late dock.
This is interesting from Villese. I mean, it makes sense. He's just taking all the wood with the mule cart in the center.
Yeah.
But like I've seen mule cart civs on this map before, and usually people will build them on the outside. Like they'll roll them to the outside. Villese is just as much efficiency as he can manage, probably because he spent so much time walking around with his villagers early. You look at the res collected, it's 200 more for MbL, and he's significantly faster here to the feudal age.
I think he took his rhinos a little bit faster. When Villese just drops off, the res collected should be closer because he's holding a lot of meat right now. But this, I'm getting excited about this whole MbL tag thing because, like, he was on teams before, and in 1v1s, he didn't really have, like, any crazy streamlined builds. This is a 17 pop click. Again, in my conversations to him, he's like, man, these Taiwanese players, they're crazy, they're training, they're practicing all this stuff. His new teams helped him a little bit here. I mean, maybe he labbed this out himself, but this is a super quick uptime.
Yeah, we just hope, as an MbL fan, you just hope that he knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Like as a caster, you could come up with all sorts of theories on how he's been in the lab, cooking something up, and then you'll go back and watch his stream, and he'll be like, "Well, I guess I could do this."
Yeah. I think if you give him a good starting point, if you give him a good starting point and get him to an adaptive state in feudal age, he's fine, right? This is really fast. It's going to be tough for him to afford things, but we've seen galleys a lot.
He's going to be able to make one galley.
Yeah.
And the wood upgrade.
Barely the wood upgrade, too. Like,
one
this
galley.
Is fast.
He can't even get the wood upgrade.
Yeah, seriously.
Go for a second galley, MbL. Let's go. 2 galleys. Big.
All right, so Villese. Remember, his dock's hidden away here, so MbL doesn't actually know his opponent is docked at all. Villese is still taking the straggler trees in the middle, which is hilarious to me. Because you have to move that thing around manually, and...
Yeah, I mean, he's almost outforested the entire side of the map over there in the middle.
But no second dock for Villese. So what will Villese do? Remember, Villese doesn't know where MbL is. He has no scout. He has no horse like the Huns do. And I would expect that if he's going water, it'd be a second dock. It hasn't happened yet. I don't know if Villese was a bit late to that, but he's floating a lot of wood right now, and MbL already has 2 galleys out.
Yeah, I mean, he should be able to snipe the fish, but if the fire galley is there, he can't really restrict the movements of the villagers until he has more than 4, right? Like 4 galleys still need to run away from 1 fire galley, and Villese should be able to keep producing, and MbL's resources right now are still really at the limit. Yeah, however, the fish will die.
Yep. Now, MbL has no fishing ships, so he hasn't had any benefit there. But he has the buffaloes underneath his T. He'll find some TC, sorry. He'll find some nice early momentum. And Villese has dropped the barracks. Now, MbL's galleys did spot that, and his horse is able to look at all this as well. So now MbL hasn't seen a fire galley yet, and he can just run in here. And now he sees the Vills on golds. And now he's going to see the state. Oh, he's so close to seeing the stable. That would be such an important find for MbL.
Jeez.
So he would know what Villese is planning on there.
I mean, MbL's going to make spears regardless because it's MbL.
Yep,
and he's making the barracks here. So I don't know if those scouts are going to be able to do much damage over there. He'll also fight to the death with villagers. Like, he doesn't care. Doesn't matter how many scouts there are. He's always fighting, right? So Villese is going to really struggle to find damage there without adding in an archery range as well. I'm not certain that just the scouts are going to be able to do too much. Villese is still taking a lot of res in that center area. He's just been roaming around with that mule cart. Now he's on the berries. MbL trying to control that, and he goes for a tower.
Center area.
This will force the villagers back.
I think MbL he just thought about this because he doesn't know it's scouts. I think he's worried there's going to be sneak archers, and he doesn't want his tower to be in the middle right now.
It's a smart play, honestly. The tower pushes him off the berries, but that's like a minor inconvenience. The tower on your wood line feels essential if there are archers coming around. And now he's adding fish.
Yeah, really good start. There's not a ton of fish, but it's still really nice to have. And now MbL, I think he just saw the scout with his horse, determined it's scouts and not archers from his opponent. So now he's happy with the tower in the middle. And if Villese can't take the berries in the middle, he also can't leave because MbL has the navy. So really awkward position for the Finn right now.
And here come the spearmen. I think perfectly on time.
Yep.
I think he just assumed that there's scouts. He did see it with his horse, so he can confirm that. Town watch is now coming in. Outposts over there for MbL. I think he's really, really safe, and I love the timing on adding in the fish now. So he went up super quick. He's got the spearman on the wood line to protect, so that means he could go for the tower in the middle. And now he's adding fish to take advantage of the water that he controls. It's been a good start for him.
Yeah, I don't want to get too excited too early here, because we're big MbL fans, but this has been elite, dude. I mean, he's been great with all the timings, and his adaptation's been perfect after gaining a small lead. He's going to find these vills now, trying to escape. Villese is just making a run for it when he has a chance. He's going to lose a vill, though, and Villese just hasn't been able to find anything to be excited about so far.
Yeah. Yeah, he needed the archers to support the scouts. I'm not certain that scouts are really going to do anything alone in this situation.
Yep.
Now he's going to arrive at the wood line. MbL can wall off the gold, and he's got a spearman there. So Villese needs to leave. No water control whatsoever. No real control in the middle either. And it's just market time, I guess. You got to go up to Castle Age because you're not doing anything here in Feudal.
Yeah, now, if Villese can... The one mistake from MbL, if there was one, and he looks like he's about to address this, is he hasn't taken out the dock with his fire galleys. So, if MbL isn't careful there, Villese could, as he'll arrive to Castle Age, start to make some fires, upgrade his ships, build another sneaky dock, and things could get wild still. And Villese's stayed in this. He's going to build a tower now himself on MbL's berries in the middle. So now MbL's got to move around. So, great start for MbL, but Villese is going to click up, and he's been really resourceful with the mule carts. Being able to drop off that additional Hun at the mule carts while also taking wood and gold has been really helpful for him.
I keep waiting on this map, dude, for someone to go like all land, right? All in land, no pressure on the water. The other guy's got galleys roaming around, whatever. And then while they're pressuring the wood line and their opponent is very low on wood, they douche the center TC.
I forget what game
and,
it was.
Prevent them from going up to Castle Age. You know what I mean? Like, take it out, and then the other person is trying to repair, runs out of wood, and then your land army just kills everything.
That might be... We're doing a bit of a community tournament. That might be more of a mid-elo mid-elo situation there.
I've seen 2 situations already where it would have been like hypothetically the best play to make,
yeah.
but you just can't know it, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no guarantee.
It feels just too risky, but too bad Rubenstock didn't sign up for this one, right? Rubenstock of old would definitely have done that. So.
Well, he would have douched right away in Feudal Age.
Yeah.
This villager from Villese is so weak in the middle. Oh my god, and the berries are ugly.
Yeah, MbL's still there though with his vills. Like this is where a siege workshop opening could make sense for both in the middle. I mean, at least Villese, he needs something more because he can't escape. Look at MbL, he's getting out. MbL's like, I know this is not a good spot for me, and the vills are just gonna run while they can.
All right, so Villese is probably gonna go into knights here, right? Just a few knights.
Yeah, I think
he's got the 2 villagers forward, so it might be Fortified Church or Siege Workshop.
I think Siege is going to be needed here, both in defense and offense, like Scorpions, actually. He's going to go Fortified Church, so he'll get the free relic when he completes that. Maybe we'll see a Warrior Priest or 2, but I'm just still concerned with all the eco he has in the middle, how exposed that is.
It's really rough, right? He's still got the berries, I guess, and that tower is somewhat protecting from the galleys, but MbL trying to track villager movements. Villese now leaves from a different angle, which is wise.
Yeah, and MbL is distracted by the scouts running through, but he's got lots of spears around. He's probably going to be going Cav Archers. No stone for MbL to build a second TC. It feels like he's in a position where he could kind of do everything. He's collected more res. And Villese is able to drop the second TC. If Villese can keep this little nook safe and get the eco rolling and somehow escape with the vills in the middle, this could go late.
Also worth pointing out, like, the relics not available at the moment to Villese because they're all in the middle water.
Oh, true. Is that... I never thought about that, actually, that all the relics are in the middle
consistent.
Water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about this map is in the earlier rounds, just like a lot of the sets, it hasn't been so close. It hasn't been both players making it to Castle Age, but the nature of the level getting higher is look at this. We've got this game developing into a Castle Age battle and beyond, possibly. So I'm happy to see that. The water play from MbL hasn't necessarily won him the game, but it did give him a really nice control, like an undeniable bit of control in this situation right now.
There's 2 villagers on the right side from Villese. It looks like they just had a fight or something.
Yeah, they're
She doesn't want to talk to him.
they need to cool down for a bit before they could work together again. Just need to
Hidden, bro.
just need to go their separate ways. Villese is going to make a run for it. Is MbL going to notice this, or will Villese make a run for it? Dude, MbL's waiting. That's so many vills
for a long time. Yeah,
18
and now there's the
vills.
siege workshop. You pressure it, you force the vills to run, and you snipe them.
Yeah. Villese never made an attempt to come back on water, and now the monk.
MbL's losing the galleys though.
Ooh.
To the tower.
I think MbL was distracted there, killing the monk. So he's done a good job there, but just distracted. And Villese is going to make a run for it now. Okay, man, imagine if there were demos, Dave. I feel like I'm stealing something from your script right now, but if there were demos here, this would be brutal. MbL saw them run. He's chasing them with the cav archers. He sees them with the fires.
Oh, he's going to lose at least, what, 5, 6 vills here? At least?
At least.
There's weak ones there. MbL catches up to them. He's going to try and block. That's 2. That's 3. There's number 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9.
And now MbL could just stay here. Like, Villese went monks on the front. He doesn't have anything defensively, so MbL should be able to just stick around with these cav archers. He's on 2 town centers now. He will have siege to push the middle. Villese is essentially on just 2 TCs because the middle TC shouldn't be producing vills. This is a perfect start for MbL.
Yeah, I mean, he's done well, and you look at the amount of units on the field and the variety of units on the field, it's a very MbL style game too.
Yeah.
You make knights, you make spearmen, you make cav archers, you have a mangonel, you have a ram, you have galleys, you have fire like you have everything that you can make.
This is great. I mean, this is MbL's first Civ pick. It's a later Civ pick for Villese. I forget exactly where it was, but in terms of the whole series, you do have to remember that. But I've been on like very pro Huns on this map since the start. I think Timo did it in like the first round, and I thought it was crazy. Villese didn't have an answer here. And I think the more I think about it, maybe he needed to try and sneak some docks up. Get some fire galleys out, like fire galleys with war galley, and MbL's ships were all split up. Maybe it could have surprised MbL, but it might be a little too late for that right now.
It's too late. It's too late. Like, how you don't have an army to counter these cav archers. He's just now adding the siege workshop. He's going to lose these monks. I think MbL will be happy to give up a few conversions here to snipe the monks. Oof. And they kills everything.
And GG's called. MbL. Perfect start to a series. One of the best starts you'll see for him, and that's great. If there's any pressure here, which even for the very best there always is, it relaxes you a bit more moving into the future games. We kind of said it. MbL's build was just much smoother here, and Villese did use the creativity and the ability of the mule carts, but never had control of this game. Like, I'm trying to think, what was his actual army this game? He didn't make navy, and then he went monks. I guess the scouts, actually, and MbL scouted that scouts were coming because of the horse, and just added a couple spears, and he was completely fine.
I think just like making scouts against MbL in general is not a great idea. Yeah. Just scouts. I think you need a follow-up of some kind.
I think if you're going to go army there, archers is always better because he was on wood and gold, but also you are 2 steps removed from defending against archers here. Because whereas if you go scouts, MbL just needs his barracks, and he's 2 spears and he defends. At least force MbL to go barracks and archer range, then wait an extra minute or so to get some units out. But when you have the information, when you have the additional buffalo, and then when you have the flexibility of the Huns, you're always going to be good here. So again, like, bold prediction, I really think Huns will be banned a ton. First pick or ban from here on out, honestly. And we'll probably have to re-explain all that. But here we are, Game 2, Part 2. We've got Nomad, MbL in the blue playing as the Koreans, and we've got Villese in the red playing as the Vietnamese. And just to repeat here, it's probably the last time we'll say it, they were about 20 or so minutes, maybe even more than that, into another game. There was an out of sync. A restore was not possible. The game was pretty much even. So unfortunately, thanks DE moment, and we have to replay it. But they are in different situations now. The docks are fairly far away from each other, and the TCs are much closer.
TCs are close.
Yeah.
TCs are close. And if we look at MbL's situation, he's got a gold nearby, but the only stone nearby is in between the 2 town centers. So that might be an issue for him. Also, the map is an upside down cat. So.
Oh. Took me a second. It could be a really rotten tooth.
What are you, a dentist? Do you see teeth, dude? Like, what? What on earth?
How many cats
sure,
have you
I
seen
can
upside
see it
down?
now, but like, I don't know, not many, but how many teeth have you seen upside down?
We can move on. So in the first game, we were talking a lot about how Villese was really thorough with scouting with the buffalo and the sheep to find the enemy's dock. And MbL wasn't. Here, MbL is following the same shoreline Villese is. So it's actually very likely that they will both encounter each other's dock positions.
But is he doing that just to get to his own base to scout, or is he going to continue to scout the shoreline is the question. It's not too far down there.
I think knowing MbL, he would have been frustrated in himself that he didn't find... He actually steals that buffalo. That's actually huge. MbL
massive,
taking
yeah.
that buffalo is huge. Well, hold on. Wouldn't Villese just assume that's where the opponent's dock is now?
He will. Might actually.
Yeah.
I think he will.
Yeah, because that's what I would think, because he probably didn't see the Vil.
Ooh. That could really mess him up, honestly. He's going to keep scouting the shoreline, though, just in case.
Yeah, okay. That's funny. Yeah, because you don't
And
see
he'll
that.
find it.
But MbL will find the dock. Yeah, so they know nice and early. And then...
And Villese has time to pull the water buffalo away, maybe, before it gets found? No, got found. Crap. But at least he has, like, it's not a question mark, right? He sees the dock itself.
Yeah.
And he knows where the TC is, so it wouldn't be a question mark anyway. But he sees where the dock is. He knows exactly where MbL is. MbL sees where the house is from Villese. He knows exactly where that is. They found each other perfectly fine. The only question is now, where's Villese's TC from MbL's perspective?
Yeah. And MbL might not have any clues to that. It's not like there's any neutral boars between them that he would see disappear. Mm-hmm. But from MbL's perspective, just got to say what it is. Like, last game, he got to war wagons, he got to a boom, he had a nice little lead. I'm looking at his stone positions right now, and I'm just thinking that it's going to be harder to do that this game. That stone is so far forward. He doesn't have a backstone. He would have to go all the way to the east to get that stone there as well. So, tough break for MbL, just at least on map position.
It's a rough one for sure. Look at Villese. He's already found the dock, and he's still just, like, scouting all the shorelines.
It's so good. Yeah, I'd love to see it.
He'll find the landlock. It'll give him a lot of information down here. He's also got a water buffalo scouting on the other side, so he can see the rhinos.
In the previous game, MbL didn't know where Villese's TC was at all until much later in the game. I think even in Castle Age. He knows now.
He's found it.
He lost to Buffalo, so he knows that stone is directly between them. He knows the opponent's dock is right next to him. This game has a lot of feudal age potential compared to the previous one, both on water and on land. So this could be way messier.
He's also missed scouting the stone to the south of him by one tile. So hopefully he can catch a glimpse of that, because that's his alternative.
Yeah. Yeah, one tile. I mean, if you see that, you can still justify everything else you've seen before, because Villese is not going to go down there. Villese is just going to assume you're not on the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where they dock will probably be fairly similar if they go for a second dock. I would guess Villese, because he's super close to MbL's dock, will walk a Vil out there and dock next to it. But then MbL could do the same and just walk a Vil over to Villese. Some people actually send a Vil right now and try and wall it in and attack the Vil and try and get a kill there. So
some people, you mean every single person on every Nomad team game I've ever played?
Yeah, I was going to say true obsessed Nomad guys. I'm still a little surprised Villese hasn't done that, honestly. He might do it when he goes out in a second after he builds his lumber camp. But
look at the shoreline scouting here from Villese. I like it. I like it a lot. We need the stat.
Did he find... The landlock's much smaller here.
He knows where it is.
But yeah, you should know it's down there now. So that's a big deal for if fish could possibly escape. And Villese may choose to... If you think you're better off with a fast castle or something and you want to hide your fish, you could just build your second dock way down here in the right corner, but I don't think that's his play.
Okay, so both going up. One more Vill for MbL. He does not have loom.
Ooh.
So if there is a villager coming out to that dock, doesn't look like Villese is interested in that, but if there is one, it's going to be a problem. And there's a villager in the north there from Villese, so if he keeps running along...
Yeah, so his initial dock Vill has just finished the shorefish, and he wants to dock there. But if MbL doesn't have loom...
Guy, he's got vision on him with Korean Vills.
Can you fight it, though? And hold on, now Villese sees MbL's Vill, and this is huge because MbL doesn't have loom. So MbL wants to go triple dock. MbL needs some quick walls here. He will definitely lose this Vill otherwise, or at least he has to run home. Maybe that's pretty far distance between them. Yeah, he's probably going to make it home. I think I got a little too excited there. All right.
He's so far ahead. There we go.
So 3 docks
Look
for
at the
MbL.
dock positions for Villese. One on either side of MbL's starting dock. Then he's got his original one. But then MbL goes for 2 docks in the north. So it's like, it's completely spread out. They're weaving through each other with these dock positions. And I think it's just gonna force fire galleys, right? Should.
Yeah, I think
fire galleys from both.
Going galleys with these dock positions would be absolutely insane. You wouldn't be able to group up your galleys at all.
It's a nightmare.
I think MbL, if he recognizes that Villese has these docks around him, which he doesn't have any clue of, he could just bring his fishing ships to his other 2 docks and be okay here. It's really nice to have 2 docks next to each other for production.
Like, he did walk the villager all the way along that shoreline, so he's going to assume there's nothing there.
True.
And Villese did play galleys last time. He's actually moving the fish now.
Wow.
Also, something.
Like, MbL will know that house is there from Villese. I was assuming Villese would dock there, and he never did. So there could be a lot of confusion there. MbL's probably like, yeah, he's definitely got a dock here. But I think MbL is essentially 2 docks headed over towards the fish from Villese on the right side. So this is a good start for MbL on water.
Yeah.
No demos, though, is awkward. And it's weird. MbL's doing the same thing. Last time he went 2 fires into 2 galleys. His fires are doing a good job. If he can get the galleys down here, he can kill all of Villese's fish pretty quickly, though.
Meanwhile, tower on the stone from MbL, so he secures that stone somewhat. Although he doesn't wall in the tower, which really bothers me.
Yeah, that's why I said, dude, that is a really weird tower to me.
Like, just if you're gonna make that, sure, to secure the stone, fine. He's going out stone, but you gotta wall it off.
Gotta wall it in. Yeah, I think he is gonna build more towers here. So he's gonna have the Vills around. There's so much happening on water. MbL loses his fire galley with the repairs coming in. And now he's going to try and stay on fletching. Can you hear me, Dave?
Yep.
Okay, I'm dropping. So I don't know. Maybe it's just Twitch being weird. I think we're good. Just small internet malfunction. Fishing still kind of alive here for Villese. I think he lost 1. This is good for MbL to take this stone when he doesn't see the other one and get early position here amongst everything else. That's super important for his chances here.
Villese is still on both sides of him. Like, it's a tough one here for MbL. He's gonna have to micro with those 3 galleys, just now getting fletching. And when he's paying attention to the other stuff coming in from that side, his galleys are taking damage on the left side. It's really, really difficult. And now he's gonna be squeezed in on both sides.
Yeah.
So he'll have to protect these galleys really well.
And he's only producing out of 2 docks because he's going galleys, and his 3rd dock is just out of position on that left side now. So the fire galley wave from Villese is just working a call according to plan. And MbL still holding on here. He's repairing his own fire. He wants to get to 8 galleys. If you get to 8 galleys, you could still kill off the fires with enough volleys. And he does hold. I mean, it's awkward, but it's always going to be. He's going to build another tower here with Koreans. Villese has done nothing against that yet. This could be good for MbL.
Counter tower from Villese.
Yeah, that needs to happen.
Playing counter towers like this on your wood line, though. It just disrupts all the wood choppers there. They have to go around it. Then you have to keep it garrisoned. It's necessary, but it feels really awkward.
Yeah, MbL microing. think that if this is similar Castle Age times and MbL has stone, could be disastrous for Villese. He has to win water here. There's a lot of weak galleys in the group. Villese will know that.
MbL. Oh, he might lose Vils.
Oh, it's at 90% though. You might want to try and complete that.
98%.
He's going to lose his fish, MbL. Okay, can you justify... If you lose your fish, can you justify just diving immediately to go kill Villese's fish? Because you should know they're down there. Just go chase them.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's nothing there, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing there. Villese knows that that's going to happen, so he's running away with these fish. So it's going to take a very long time to find those. You probably sacrifice your own fish if you do this, for sure. You're going to lose them anyway, so...
Yeah, Villese's...
I'm surprised MbL didn't finish that tower, dude.
Well, he probably didn't realize... He saw his Vils were weak, and he saw that the tower wasn't up yet, so he was in the midst of microing a ton of galleys there.
How much stone do you get back if you delete that? Like 4?
Might not. It's probably not even 4. It might be 2.
Someone do the math. He's making another one.
That's a really nice position. This is all long-term position for when he eventually gets the guard tower upgrade. The concern I have is just he doesn't have the same resources of Villese, so Villese might reach Castle Age faster. So MbL will lose his fish. Let's see if he finds the fish from Villese, or if he guesses wrong. Oh, MbL! Continue down, you'll find them. Villese's been so sneaky.
And he's brought a villager to dock again down there. That's
wow.
So nice.
Yeah. So those 5 fishing ships could still get tons of value. I think MbL, in this moment, just assumes that Villese doesn't have the fish here, and that Villese must be fishing on the left side or something. Dang. They're not fishing right now, but they will for Villese, because he's got the fire galleys around. Towers still continue. MbL needs a market right now. He needs to market. He needs Castle Age. Very, I don't want to say easy to recover if he can get a castle down, but oh, he found the fish. He found the fish,
Dave.
Dave.
Find the fish. Can he kill them all is the question. He's going to micro his heart out here in this little bay. Yeah. Villese has got the villagers there. He could potentially repair, but then he shows the villager to MbL. MbL still alive with 2 galleys. I think he'll do it. I think he'll snipe these fish.
It's tough. If you just take your opponent down to 2 fish, you're happy here. Well, that's fine too. At least he got something. I thought he was going to get nothing from it. And what a series so far. Game 1, kind of all MbL. Game 2, this is a replay because of the out of sync, but this has been just as close as the first game. MbL still coming back on water, by the way. It actually is surprising. Villese thought he won water. He added 2 fish on the left, and he's losing them.
Yep. Another tower from MbL on the gold. Villese sees that, though. He sees it coming in. He's going to go for a counter tower right away.
Yeah. MbL might want to back up with his tower, and MbL needs to click up. And Dave, he's going to do so. Look at the up times. It's so close. These two are so closely matched. What a crazy game.
So MbL has a better position to place a castle when he gets to Castle Age. Villese is on stone with 10, but his castle will need to be defensive because of those towers there from MbL.
Yep, MbL needs to abandon this tower. It's just going to be, it's going to go down. Maybe he's okay with the harassment, but he can't get walled in here. Koreans do mine stone faster. Remember that. So I feel like with only 4 on gold, though, stone, MbL will need more. And the position of the castles will be so important. I think Villese just has to place a defensive one to shoot the towers down, though. Wow, what a game. What a great job from MbL. This is so much harder than the previous game, I feel. And I was worried for him. And he's adapted very nicely here. He's finding the fish. So it's kind of a no-fish game, which makes the unique unit play so much stronger, too.
He's not going to have a castle. He's spending too much stone on these towers. But he will have a really good position with guard tower once Castle Age is reached.
He might just...
If he doesn't lose these vills building this tower. Oh, yikes, he lost one.
I mean, it's MbL, right? Like, he loves the siege war. So MbL might want to just go mangonel and use guard towers in defense. This might not be about war wagons at all.
Another dock from him, south.
Yeah. He's done a great job. That is an interesting dock there from MbL.
And he found the fish from Villese as well.
They found it everywhere, except for that one, which he'll probably eventually find. Yeah, so Villese is going to go unique unit. MbL is going to go tower, boom, and water still, and try and get some fishing ships out. And MbL is going to see that tower, so he'll know rats and archers will come out. He should have a lot of time to get some siege prepared. Stonewalling to the north shoreline I really like. So most of that pressure is just going to come in towards your towers then. And his stone will be safe. The second TC is going to be up. This might be tough for Villese to do damage to MbL in this position.
I don't know if I love War Galley here from MbL. It feels like kind of a waste of res at this point.
I love it if you also fish boom up to like 8 to 10 fish.
Maybe, yeah.
So, and I'm really shocked. Like this middle dock here is such a like Mr. Yo type of thing. Not necessarily MbL. MbL is going to be all over that, fishing away. And Villese will have to just give up water because he's going full rats and archers now. Also, blacksmith.
The Rattans are here. Siege Workshop isn't up yet, but he's going to get it up.
Dude, one of those things that you just don't think about because it's so situational is the blacksmith in this scenario. Villese is like, I could delay Bodcanero for a second. That's fine. And then when he goes back to go for his blacksmith for the upgrades, he's not going to have it because MBL's fires are taking it out.
Yep.
Mangonel for MbL.
It's gone.
MbL pushed off of gold. The only gold nearby that he sees is the gold that he's taking right now. That is not ideal, but with the Mangonel, he can go back to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he might end up towering that. Like we might see towers all over the place before he ever gets a castle. Although a castle would be really useful. Like war wagons are very good against Rattans.
Yeah, I think if MbL could sneak away to get a TC on the gold on the very right side, that would be really nice for him.
Another blacksmith for Villese.
Yep, realized he needs to make these Rattans work. I've had the market events turned off this game. What am I doing? They've been using that thing nonstop, and yeah, Villese buying stone, maybe for the TC. But I would be feeling a little awkward on Villese. How are you supposed to do damage with Rattans when there's guard towers everywhere and Mangonels, and then you're up against MbL, who's the best Mangonel player in the game?
Well, he's killed a few villagers so far. He can sit underneath this tower until the Mangonel gets there and snipe some of these vills, which is going to be very annoying for MbL. I mean, that Mangonel is just way out of position, right? And these aren't really units that you can effectively fight with vills, although they are half HP. He's going to have to wait for this Mangonel to come back to deal with those. He has added, Tristan, 12 fish behind this.
Yep.
So he is really fish booming here. That's really, really nice use of the water win as the Mangonel clears up those Rattans.
Look at the res collected right now. This is crazy lead for MbL. And in the previous game, the one we had to restart, Villese had gotten to the TCs faster than him, but not here. MbL's TCs are good. He's now going to try and push this tower.
TC on the right side from MbL been discovered.
Oh, that
is
huge
fully
find.
discovered and fully denied over here.
Yeah, that's huge. Villese needed that. At the same time, Villese will lose his tower. He is to panic up with another tower. We'll have his own Mangonel here to sec. We'll see if MbL notices the siege, because he could get surprised. He loses the Repairville, and they're both aware of this. And tower will go up for Villese. Rattans didn't kill all the vills, actually, because he couldn't micro them. So MbL keeps some of them alive. And kills the Mangonel.
Another Repairville. Yeah,
and
he
kills
got
the Mangonel. Wow.
But he's lost 2 Repairvilles. He lost a couple of villagers trying to go for that TC on the other side. Villese notices the Mangonel. He's going to run away. MbL has enough stone for a castle. Where does he put it? Does he try and go aggressive here?
Right here, dude. Right here where that tower is. Would be so sick. Well, the other thing is you might even just be able to justify a tower here.
Oh, no, he's coming for a castle.
Okay.
No. He's going for a castle. Here come the vills.
Villese just now queued up a Mangonel, so he's a little bit behind with that. MbL also, if he sees this TC...
He's going to find a castle position on that TC, yeah. So there's a tower on the gold.
Tower the gold, castle the TC. That's sick. If he can make this happen. Villese just has no response to MbL right now. 15 fishing ships all over the map. Towers everywhere with the Koreans. Great economy. Siege everywhere. And there's the castle for MbL. If this castle goes up, I don't know what to suggest to Villese. Oh,
it's rough, man. It's just way too rough. Like, you've lost all that positioning on that side. Now your only gold is going to be really far in the south, which MbL will probably advance into. Your main base is somewhat protected, but you can't really push out at all until you get to him.
MbL going, he's on 3 town centers. We'll go for the 4th, which was delayed before. No real harassment possible for Villese. Villese just has to defend, and he's got to defend with siege against MbL. And MbL gets another critical snipe with the mangonel. Patience from MbL.
Not the situation you want to be in against MbL. Never.
And he gets another snipe. Oh, man. MbL is playing incredible today. And the GG's called. You know, I was a little worried. I'm not sure about you or the chat, Dave, but because MbL had that slight lead when we had to do the restart with the out of sync, was kind of concerned that if he loses this game, he could have thought, man, that's so unfortunate for me, and it could have snowballed on him mentally. He played somehow way better than he did in the game we had to restart. He's got docks and navy and towers and TCs everywhere. That was sick, dude. And I'm just pumped to see MbL at this level. Villese is playing great, but MbL's a step up right now.
I really like the recognition from him to go and secure that stone early. He realized that Koreans need stone.
Yep.
And if he gets the guard towers set up around here, Villese is going to have a hell of a time just pushing out. He did manage to do some damage with the Rattans, but there's just not enough.
Yeah, and I also have to give the galley play a little bit more credit than I thought I was going to. It did end up being rather competitive on water. If he would have gone fire v fire, he can't make demos himself, and typically we see a lot of people overextend if they can't make their own demos in a fire v fire battle. Finding the sneak dock from Villese in the very right corner, sneaking his own docks later on, killing fish, all that so good from MbL. And now, I mean, we're talking about this series, like finally we're going to be beyond the sweeps, but I mean, MbL playing this good, maybe it will be a sweep in the round of 32.
I don't like non-bombard cannon civs on this map.
Okay.
I don't like it. I think, like, I've seen Japanese lose quite a few times now. Just, there's no stone. And if you don't have stone with a non-bombard cannon civ, you can't get the castles. If you lose a castle, you can't get the trebs. If you don't have the trebs, you lose. So you're going to have to win the game before him, essentially.
Yeah. I like your argument. I think it's a weird map, right? We see a lot of instances in, I guess, normal maps or other maps where if someone gets the eco lead, drops 3 TCs, and then just puts 10 villagers on stone, they drop a castle, they go imp, they win. You can't get to a castle easily on this map at all.
Nope.
So just because of the stone. And actually, I think after this tournament, I want to see more maps where the stone is kind of like this. Stone. Yeah, it like really changes things. So Villese, he's got a super flexible start with the Dravidians. He knows his opponent can't go fire galleys. It's going to be galleys. I'm wondering what he will do here. Can he try and go fires with maybe some forward docks? Or does he also go galleys and try and use the extra wood from Dravidians to fight for the middle wood? Because if you... doesn't matter how good the water is. If you lose the middle hill, it feels like it's such a tough map to play here.
Yep. Really, really difficult. Both players couldn't find the gold as well.
With their TC, yeah.
Which is unfortunate, right? So you can kind of do a really, really quick build if you don't need to spend the extra 100 wood on the mining camp, if you have the TC on the gold, and you're kind of protecting your gold. So you don't need to go for a tower later if they go for land pressure.
True, yeah.
Which has been really, really useful. If you don't TC the gold, if you don't spend the extra time looking for it, then suddenly you're going to have to do those things later in the game, and it'll slow you down.
I think Dravidians need to use the flexibility here. Would it be crazy to go fast castle with Dravidians? Because you might struggle. If this just becomes a galley war, you might just die to Vikings anyways. Like, MbL is clearly going to play all-in galleys. So what if
you're Dravidians here against Vikings, you send a forward Vil for a dock, right?
For a dock, yeah.
Yeah, and then you play around the fact that you're going to have an extra dock on average and better production because of the extra 200 wood until the Viking discount catches up. And then you can also use that 200 wood you got extra to add in like an archer range early. You force your opponent onto defensive skirms, which MbL is never afraid of doing. And then you should probably be able to click up to Castle Age faster because you're not spending food on skirms as well.
I want to see outposts from both players this game through the middle. There's a lot of uncertainty at times. What's coming? Where is it going to come from? But archers, skirms, anything in the middle, siege in the middle, which Dravidians could also be really good at. Like, so important. And, dude, I saw a game where it was Mihai against, shoot, what was his name? Dennis, a player from Hong Kong, right? So Mihai's the big favorite. Dennis goes Romans FC against Japanese, loses all his fish, opponent has a fish boom. But he has double siege workshop for scorpions, mangonels, and he could afford like 2 knights. Full on, like idle TC, 20 eco behind. But he could range all of his opponent's gold and melt the TCs, and all the opponents would long term. And so Mihai had fish, but he just got like kind of stuck. And he eventually, I mean, it was way crazier game than I'm even implying here, but eventually he just died. So I think, obviously, you don't want to give up water here at this level, but...
Water is not everything on this map. It's about 50-50 that I've seen for the player winning water winning the game.
Yeah. Super fun.
Even if they have an outrageous fish boom. I've seen people with 15 fishing ships still lose the game on this map.
I really like now how many players we've seen. Both players have done it. They know the extra buffalo are out there. They see the value in the buffalo. So Villese found some, is scouting the map with them. Is also scouting the shoreline. He just got really close to finding MbL's dock. And MbL isn't really scouting with his buffalo, but he is saving them. He's got 7 buffalo, which is maybe even fast castle longboat territory if he'd be crazy enough to try that.
Villese found the house. He didn't lose the water buffalo. Okay, he just lost it.
Okay.
So he knows exactly where that is. And I'll be interested whether he sends a villager. And he is sending one, but I think she's bringing in the rhino. I want to see if he goes forward with a dock or if he's just going to play the galley war here.
My worry with the forward docks is it's super awkward to have all your docks split up from each other.
Yeah.
Villese kind of had the same issue in the previous game, right? His docks were so far from each other, so it was hard to defend the fish and also attack. 2 vills forward. I almost feel like this is going to be barracks on the hill, but it could just be for 2 docks.
It might be a dock, and then maybe the barracks. I mean, your Dravidians, you get 200 extra wood.
Yeah,
you can split your focus.
Yeah, maybe it is both. He has looms, so the tigers in the middle shouldn't be an issue. He knows MbL's TC is probably near the dock, because that's common.
Or it just might be 2 vills building 2 docks, and then you fish on the shore fish with them.
I mean...
Could be that as well.
He needs to be a little careful how close he gets. But yeah, there's the dock. MbL might actually choose to build his second dock in the exact same location. He'll be sending that vill very shortly, if that's his plan.
Maybe.
Here we go. MbL no clue.
I mean, that's why you send 2 vills. If you're Villese, MbL goes for the barracks.
Whoa.
So he's going to go for some land pressure here. He'll give up his fish.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised. The Dravidians making the barracks because of the extra wood, that seems expected almost. But,
oh my god, Villese is sending another villager forward, and he's going to make the barracks already. So this is the flexibility of the Dravidians.
Yeah.
Like, you can just go for the land pressure. You can go for the water pressure at the same time because of that extra 200 wood. And the wood you're saving on houses.
I think MbL's fast castle, Dave. He has...
He is. Oh god, he is.
Like, he built the barracks. It's almost like he wants to go stable, blacksmith, click up.
Watch him go like fast castle cav archers. Like, it's a cav archer meta now, dude. Viking CA.
With the buffalo, I would say a stable makes sense. You can make the scout, get vision. Yep. But he is not expecting his fish to be under any pressure. The forward dock from Villese is absolutely brilliant. This is impossible to defend from right away. You have to... The only thing you can do, sail away with your fish. That's the only thing. You can't
look at the resources from him. Still really solid.
Wow.
400 food in the bank. So he should be able to have a decent castle age time if he doesn't invest too many of them. He's got 4 vills in the bank. Might go for skirms here instead of archers. Actually queues up archers first.
Yep, there go the fish. So we'll see if MbL keeps those fish alive. But this fast castle has been awkward to say the least, because I think he was hoping to have a little bit more time to adapt on water.
A little bit more food income too.
And
It's one scout. That's it.
I think MbL would love to build a siege workshop in the middle here. Go for Scorpion Siege. But if there's spears and archers out there, he won't be able to advance. The villager is moving right now. Headed to the middle.
Spearman is there from Villese. Let's see if he catches that Vill.
Oh, it actually
It
hurts the Vill that she's moving faster with free-wheeled barrel right now. She's walking right into the spearman's vision.
Oh, he can deny the siege workshop. He's got the archers coming around. Oh boy, MbL, the whole plan. It's falling apart here, Tristan.
Yep. I mean, we've seen some great games and strats from MbL so far, but this is looking rough. The fish are just sailing around the map. The forward Vill is going to die, and Vilese's not that far from clicking up the Castle Age too. This is a really good game.
4 more to the right side.
Is this Huang?
Is that it? Are those TC Vills? Or
Yeah.
is this a forward dock for longboats? Like, is this another siege? It's a lumber camp.
Okay. Well, I was looking to the other side, bro.
Whoa.
I'm also very confused. I think
Is
he's
this
like
Ace of Emeralds or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's gonna go chop all the wood on the other side of the map.
I mean, I can't think of the logic of why you would split up the Vills like this, except if you think you're going to lose your gold. And he's not on his gold. It actually is kind of smart, because Villese is like, all right, he's not on gold. So he's safe, and he's making knights with Vikings, and he is building a sneaky siege workshop. So maybe there's a chance. Villese will never scout that siege workshop, because he's just going to expect everything to come through the middle, honestly.
Still, 8 fishing ships now for Villese.
Yeah.
He's about to click up to Castle Age.
If
That's a
Villese
huge advantage.
If Villese makes a stable and preps light cav just to take care of some of the siege, he's going to be okay here. But easier said than done. He does have to quick wall. The knights are here. Knights could still do some damage. And nice adaptation there from Villese, because he's going to add more and more spears to defend.
Power from MbL on the gold now and the wood line. If it's not seen. Did Villese get town watch? He can see that villager. He knows the Vill is there.
Well, she is building a house now. He canceled the tower idea because he's going to tower his gold at home, which makes sense. The siege has an opportunity. This Mangonel could do a bunch of damage, and MbL's counting on that. Because without this, I don't know what else he has.
I think those Vills are going to chop the tree, which allows them to run to the other side of that lumber camp, too. They just chopped it.
Nice.
So now those villagers can get out, which is super fortunate for the Finn. As the Mangonel comes in, Villese is going to see that from a long way away, and he has time to run.
Yep, smart.
He has time to run. Town Watch is so valuable on Nomad maps, man.
Love it.
So valuable.
Yeah, Outpost 2 in combination. Now, Villese is not mining golds. He's very light on wood. He's going to get the wood boost, but I like the tower. You know you're ahead. You just cannot fall massively behind right now on land, and you're probably in the much better position.
Second siege workshop for MbL on the hill. Things are going to get messy here. Things are going to get real messy.
This is kind of what we said. Almost the extreme version of it, though. Like, one player doesn't have the water, but the other player is going to have the middle. And look at the amount of control MbL could gain here. He's killing, so many Vills with the Mangonels. And Villese can't take golds right now. Yep. So this is winnable for MbL somehow. Crazy, crazy stuff.
8 fishing ships, but only 23 villagers versus 27 villagers from MbL. The archers are still here from Villese, but he can't really afford the upgrades, and he's forced to get squires and pikemen instead of the crossbow upgrade. Because, to be fair, he doesn't really see anywhere he can hit. He took out a villager on the wood line earlier, but he still doesn't know where that gold is. He doesn't know about the other lumber camp from MbL. He has no clue.
MbL needs to keep going back to this gold. He's thinking now, my opponent's off gold, but there are a couple Vills making it there. You just can't let that happen. My opinion, this is where Outpost could be really helpful, and a nice attack round from MbL. The Scorpion's hitting too. Villese is going to lose all his pikes to this.
Meanwhile, though, MbL tried to send a Scorpion back to defend his home, and Villese sniped it with archers. So he's still free to roam around, and now the pikemen are able to kill everything.
Yeah, Mangonel goes down. And MbL's woodline's being harassed by the archer still. Next Mangonel hops out. Get back to what I said. If Villese can add a stable, just make some scouts. It sucks you can't make knights as Dravidians, but Lycav would still be okay here. Man, are these knights weak.
Make an elephant.
Yeah, seriously. There's no monastery. Oh, God, that pike.
Make an elephant.
That pike, though.
This guy's been putting in work. He's dead. Dude, it was so big. MbL sent a scorpion back to defend his home, and Villese sniped it with the archers.
Wow.
So now he's just free to sit here.
Yeah.
If MbL got that scorpion back and could sit it behind the wood line, none of this harassment would be happening.
So more pikemen for Villese. Still able to take some gold. Remember, stone isn't really an easy option. He'd have to venture a pretty long way away to get those one-tile stones. 10 fish versus 0. MbL's behind in res collected, but it does still feel like Mangonel War could swing the game. 3 Mangonels versus 0, and suddenly Villese loses everything here. So Villese has to maintain.
He is going on the stone forward near MbL's base, so he should have enough for another TC soon, which could be really valuable, right? MbL has 0 on food. So he's not really in the business of making more vills at the moment.
The thing to remember, that means he won't be focusing on home at all. Villese has got other things to focus on. So yes, he has the potential to do a lot of crazy stuff here, but might be a bit more distracted managing that eco. Not like the patience from Villese. I also like Bodkin for that tower. Every little bit helps in defense. And he's distracted. He's distracted, man. I don't know by what. Maybe he think he was repositioning his archers. But MbL's got a chance here. 3 Mangonels versus 0 here.
There's no replacements for these villagers he's losing to the archers, though. There's no replacements. It's 45 food, and that's it.
Can there be replacements for Villese's Mangonels? I guess it's the other side.
There's no... I don't think there's a market for MbL either. No market.
No market gaming. These pikes, they've seen what's happened to their friends before them, and they are really nervous right now. Okay, he's just going to fight, because otherwise he'll lose the tower. MbL gets another shot!
God. Oh, no. He's got 4 Mangonels, a Scorpion, 2 converted pikemen, a couple monks, a villager repairing. Villese needs to get better trades with these Mangonels or run away and make a safer TC somewhere else.
I really think it's just like, I think he got hit by the knights or the archers. It's just like, he really just needs to focus all of his attention right here, get the clear up. He wins the game. And he's just so distracted with all the other elements of the game. MbL has one job. And the one job is the thing he's best at. And Villese is like, no wood. He's going to have no gold in another attack round from MbL. MbL just completely owning Villese today in the Mangonel Micro. Oh my God.
Tower is going up. It's only at 86%. Another shot comes in. The villagers are garrisoned in the TC. Can he kill a Mangonel? He loses more villagers. Now less villagers for Villese, and MbL hasn't made one in 5 minutes.
Yep. And MbL almost got another shot there. Oh, he kills his own Mangonel. Okay.
Oh, that's good news for the Finn.
It's nice to know that even MbL makes those mistakes.
Yep. Yeah.
Villese, no gold, dude. Like, he can't make siege continuously without gold.
He needed another TC way long ago in
Yeah.
a safer position.
But still, somehow very winnable. Like, 4 Lycav, and suddenly MbL loses all this push. So, let's see. MbL microing, losing one on the left. And Villese, he had enough warnings now to know that he has to pay more attention to this. And, oh my God, I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it.
I mean, to be fair, it's been some good attack rounds. It's also been some very distracted Mangonel gameplay from Villese so far.
Yeah. Again, I think every time that happens, I'm looking back over and the archers moved a little bit or there was pikes or something. So,
yeah.
And then MbL, he loses a monk. He sees his Lycav, though. I think MbL, if he could justify distracting himself, he should maybe place a farm or two at some stage. But
I mean... Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
He's just happy with these Mangonels, dude. It's worked so far. Keep going. That knight is going to be so annoying.
The knight's going to take it. I think. No, it won't.
Nope. Not taking the risk. Mangonel pushes forward. Villese gets one. MbL is, like, he's been able to afford this so far. Wheelbarrow and handcart has been really valuable for him this game. With only 28 vills. Still doesn't even have the wood upgrade. But, like, he's going to start running out of res.
Yeah.
28 vills is not enough.
But, like, it is kind of funny. I'm trying to add it up right now. It's possible that if this game continues, MbL will have created more siege units than villagers ever since he made it.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe not the whole game, but I mean, he's got 2 more siege weapons in queue. He's got close to 10 right now. He still has gold income. Villese just got that 1 random vill. MbL's attack rounds. Doesn't do it.
Dude, this is... You're right on one front. The MbL has nothing else to pay attention to.
Yep.
And if he starts adding in farms and villagers and stuff, this push might struggle.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And that maybe that's why he doesn't do it. He probably is like, I'm somehow doing this.
3rd TC, though, from Villese going up now on a different gold.
On a gold. On a gold. Does MbL see that, though? Because if MbL could somehow pay attention to that, spot the vills, send the knights over, that could be denied. I don't think he'll notice it.
It's going to be tough, right? It's going to be tough.
No monks for Villese. 1 for 1.
Yeah, 1 for 1. If Villese's like, I'll take it.
Yep.
I'll take it. Sold. I haven't had one of those all game.
How many other maps, though, does one guy just lose water and they're completely dead? Yeah. They're just completely dead. They just die. Not here. Not unstranded. Gold available for Villese. He's escaping.
Longboats now. Speaking of water, longboats for MbL, so he's going to try and snipe the advantage that Villese has.
There's not a lot of navy for Villese. If MbL can get to 5 longboats, on top of this push, it could be really strong.
2 on food.
The light cav are going to get close. There's so many scorpions behind. Okay, you kill the monks.
Kill the villager.
Oh! Okay. Holy crap, this is intense.
This is an insane game, dude. MbL is all in here. He's down to 27 villagers. It's been 12 minutes since he's made a villager. But he's got 50 food in the bank now, so he can replace the one he just lost.
Villese is just running, dude. Just running away. The value destroyed. MbL's destroyed 6k resources. Villese just 3k. MbL's killed so much siege, so many buildings. He'll kill more buildings now. But the reposition does make it more awkward for MbL to push, because now he has to walk past the barracks, the house, and everything else, or loop around these buildings. So
look at his eco at home, too. It's about to run into the archers.
Yeah. Ooh. But if longboats come out, Villese will have no food eco. Dude, guard tower upgrade could be huge for Villese if he could snag that. But stone is difficult to get. Yeah. What a game. Longboats not yet out for MbL. He's got 3 of them. No fletching. He'll never get that because he can't get the food for vills. Villese hoping for a big shot. Tower goes up. Does drop off a relic. Every little bit helps here, I guess. And let's see if MbL could pay attention. Will he be distracted? Is he going to try and do something else? The longboats, I think, are out somewhere. I can't even look. They are out. They're killing the fish.
They're killing the fish. However, they don't have fletching, so that fire galley is actually going to take out one of them.
Yeah, that's a little painful.
Might take out a second one, too. That's a big investment for MbL.
Getting double bid axe now, MbL.
Hey, he's making bills, baby. He's making bills.
Oh, this is crazy. And yeah, he is to advance around now. So many freaking mangonels. It's crazy. And you can't just make an elephant now because MbL can always convert it with monks.
Dravidians not getting knights here hurts them so much. Imagine like 4 knights from Villese just pushing into that.
I agree with you, but Villese, if he's slightly faster to light cav, I think that we never get to this stage. It's gone past the point where he can return, though. And here comes the death push marching in. Oh, my God. And MbL has to be careful. There's pikes and monks here as well.
And the light cav coming from behind. The light cav are behind. The scorpions should be enough to deal with that. But the mangonel is shooting the scorpions. The monks are going after the knights. This is so messy. He gets a big shot.
Villese finally getting great engagements. He'll also convert the knight, most likely. MbL needs to delete that.
Oh, big.
And has he held it now, Villese? The score would tell Villese that he's way further behind than he really is. But it feels like he could swoop in again, kill the rest of this, and MbL is just toast now. Oh, man.
Dude, it was only a matter of time, man. It was only a matter of time before that happened. That's exactly what it felt like anyway.
Yep. I mean, Giving up that other area was the game changer. The second MbL has to leave that position and walk up a hill, he couldn't get the shots. Right there, he's firing uphill, doesn't get the kill. And then the second volley from Villese gets another snipe. That's huge.
Yep.
What a game.
Villese, it now has 11 on stone.
He is
so
losing his
even
fish,
find himself
by the
a
way.
castle or something like that. He is losing it, yeah. I mean, he's gathered a lot of food from those fish. And this fire galley might be able to kill both of those longboats.
Oh, the Mangonel's now dead too. Oh, the Monk's going to go down. The Knights could go down. Oh, this is it. I think MbL will tap with this eco. Maybe not because he's killed some fish. But, yeah, the fire galley did kill one of the longboats back there. Definitely an instance where Villese could gain some momentum moving into the future games, too. And prove to himself that he could hold against that. That's crazy.
That push from MbL was so deadly, but once Villese expands, makes extra TCs, and forces MbL to, like, move a little bit with his army, then he opens himself up.
And what Villese couldn't do is make proper decisions because he was under constant pressure. Now he's not under constant pressure, so you see the farming eco come up, you see eco upgrades come in. MbL up 2-0, full of confidence, but we'll see. One last push, maybe? I mean, he's going to run out of his main gold soon, his wood soon. He's got to try.
Does Villese buy a castle? You could buy a castle and put it on MbL's home base.
Does
he
MbL
goes for a TC instead.
Yeah, I mean, I think guard tower plays a bit underrated. Get that guard tower upgrade.
It's just, it was expensive, right? He was spending all of his wood to make more buildings that were being destroyed, to make more siege. It was just tough to afford a university and then guard tower.
I think, like, how much stone is left on the map? There's only 700 stone left on the entire map. And Villese is going to TC one of them on the right. He did move around taking those stones, it seems. And Lycav dive in again. Snipe a Mangonel. They're going to snipe a monk. They'll probably snipe the next monk. Expensive losses for MbL. Look at the resources for Villese now. Beautiful job to hold. I mean, you're down 2 games. MbL's played so good. A lot of people are crumbling there once things start to go wrong.
Damn, imagine how good this push would have been if MbL's first villager survived. He could have made that siege workshop there initially. I don't know.
I think we might see a bit of a thinking shift for people, because a lot of people in the first 2 rounds have simply just gone water and delayed lands. And MbL, like, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong here, and he still almost won with all-in push in the middle. I think if you're an underdog going into any of the sets, I think you might want to consider something like MbL did. It's not like Vikings have bonuses for this either. Like, their Dravidians do, but Vikings do not.
7k res collected ahead for Villese more.
Yeah. Pikeman out, Lycav still out. And Villese trying to drop a TC in a second, where MbL actually has a TC, which is funny.
I think he lost the villagers going for that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it looks like 2 Vills built it because the TC has kills. Yeah, maybe a castle forward ends it now. You have the gold, buy it, drop it on the hill near the relic right there. You can take that hill, and you defend the rest of the middle area. You should be okay. Oh my god, MbL just can't help himself. Getting good Mangonel trades again. Villese was caught out. Oh, but nice job from Villese.
Villese is about to go up to him. He's got a really solid farm eco now. He lost the fish, or a lot of them anyway. And the farm eco is super nice for him. So the food is there, the stone's coming in, the gold's there, the wood is there now. Click up and just play towards the late game. You know your eco is so much better than MbL's.
MbL doesn't really have a push going. Imperial Age, certainly the final nail in the coffin. So he needs something. And range is coming up for Villese. So he's just going to plan around archers or skirms or something long term. That's still awkward right now. Like, he's not making anything right now that's necessarily better for a situation against the siege. So there is a chance. His Imp TC is the... Dude, he went for the one on the very left. He didn't even take a chance with the one on the right.
Smart.
He went for the one over there. That's so funny.
He has experience, dude.
Mangonel on the hill. MbL had to venture near an enemy siege workshop and to the bottom of a hill to get through here. Big
Villese
shot.
is killing all of MbL's food eco as well. Behind this, shots coming in on Scorpion. He hits one. MbL still fighting.
Man, still holding on. We'll kill some stuff. I don't even know where MbL's food eco is, honestly, when you said that. No clue.
It was 6 hunters on
Okay.
gear,
Well, I guess that's
and now
not...
they're dead.
Yep, I see. Not really much of a food eco. Hard to find it.
Compared to the rest of the game, it's insane.
Yeah,
honestly,
true.
for him.
And his Mangonel micro continues to be really good. MbL is going to have Mangonels as number 1 for most created units at the end, do you think? Greater than Knights?
Yes.
I
I think it's
so.
going to be 23 Mangonels.
I'm going to go 20.
Okay.
I'm not trying to pull the game where I guess close. I really think your first guess was spot on. Imp comes in. Does MbL call it here, or does he say, I've still got Mangonels? What are you going to make against me?
I mean, you gotta call it. He's buying it. He's buying resources for more Mangonels.
I mean, again, Villese's opening Arbalest, supposedly, against MbL, who's got all this siege. Like, greater than Imp, maybe another stable and more like Cav could have cleared this up. This is still dangerous.
Guard tower coming in.
He's panicking against this. This is crazy.
Guard tower coming in. Villese, I mean, I would love to see him get like a castle and just even make a roomies or something. Like, you need some melee units of some kind that could do damage to this stuff.
Infantry archer's dangerous. He will have bracer now, but the crossbows are outnumbered by the Mangonels here. Villese, careful, my friend. Oh my god, okay, 1 for 1's fine. We've established that at this point. Against MbL, 1 for 1's acceptable. Snipes another. Micring away.
Bracer's brutal.
Yeah, bracer's huge.
Face up against with the Castle Age army. Really, really brutal. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, MbL's losing everything under his TC.
Yep, no clue. Yeah, he's got no clue. This will end the game. Villese is being patient enough. There's no repair bills for MbL. His siege numbers are going to go down. My guess of 20, I'm way less confident on because MbL continues to play on and has made a couple more. And it's 23, bro. Let's go.
Let's go, dude.
Sick guess.
So good.
That's a funny stat right there. I mean, especially considering Villese has the cheaper of the siege with the civ bonuses. Wild to me that MbL did that. But I'm really happy that we get more games from this series because it's been really entertaining. And love to see that for Villese, even being down 2 games, even how brutal game 2 might have felt, because he was just completely overwhelmed. He holds on. And
honestly,
he's
this one
super
might
solid.
feel pretty brutal for him too.
True.
He knows that he was really far ahead for a lot of the game, but he just couldn't do anything.
Oh, man. MbL, interesting strategy. I'm not sure I love Vikings for that particular strategy, but the strat itself can be very strong. He didn't collect that much wood or food. He only collected 4,000 food in that game in a 50-minute game, which is super low. And then it was 10k gold. We did have someone in my chat earlier today. He said 3-0 for MbL, or you can ban me.
Oh,
so he was
interesting.
Really confident in the 3-0 for MbL. He's not
what was
very
his
happy.
Name? Because I'll ban him. I'll ban him here too.
No. I just want to make him sweat a little bit.
No. I'll ban him over here. It's no problem.
Okay, hold on. He's defending himself. He says, wait, hear me out. Technically, since there was a drop when MbL was leading, we can all agree that it counts as a 3-0.
Okay, I'm going to open your stream and see what his username is.
Okay.
I'm coming.
Well,
better hide.
Run, buddy. Run.
Kaladin X4.
Oh, God, he found you. Ooh, does MbL find this wood line right away? You want to TC the wood line. He finds it. He'll TC. He's fine. Okay, so Mayans for MbL, he will get the additional Vil. That is very helpful on a map where people are sending lots and lots of Vils to the middle and could potentially lose them. The big question for me is, will MbL or sorry, like Villese prioritize loom early. Because sometimes players are stubborn with that. They don't want to be down a villager naturally just by researching loom. But then they lose the villager anyways. This is MbL we're talking about. MbL is amazing at blocking vills. Yeah, he's already lurking around there.
I think you should always get loom on this map. It bothers me when you don't. It's worth it, dude. If you lose a villager because you don't have loom, then suddenly you've lost all the time save.
Yeah.
That you got from not getting loom in the first place.
This is like very on brand for me, but I'm going to have a compromise take. I think you get one boar, the safest one possible.
Yeah, and then you
can get loom. Because you don't want to get it on 3 vills. But you get it at like 7. Wow, Villese gets it right away. You get it right away. You're probably not going to lose the vill, but then you're down 1.
Up against MbL, to be fair. So, like, it's not the worst idea. Even if the boar is right next to your door, it's not the worst idea to get it right away.
True. Yeah, so now he's got 3 vills, but he's got loom. So he'll get that food. And MbL is bringing in his boar, no problem. Naturally getting loom just because he was housed at the start with the Mayans.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like mine start here. Mine start here is really, really nice. The problem comes later with the pole eco. If you manage to wall yourself into a corner, which you can on this map. I mean, we also look at the setup here from Villese. If he walls big time on this side, he's going to have 2 golds there. He's going to have a stone. The berries in the back. It's a pretty easy wall off across this whole area. And then there's full workspace as well.
Yeah, and that's why you pick the poles. You just want to make it to feudal, get the farming eco up, turn it into a wall game. Mayans typically want the wall game themselves. So that could be a bit of both from same strategy from both. Let's see MbL.
Vilese's got the horse over there. He's got the horse. He sees it. He's got the horse. He's going to block the vill. MbL has his horse forward as well. But it's not saving his villager. If Villese is on the ball.
Yeah, he's on it. He's blocking back and forth. This is going to be a dead vill for MbL. MbL didn't have his horse nearby, and he got greedy. And Villese, don't lose your own vill. He was so focused, he almost lost his own vill. But now that's a really nice moment there for Villese.
Remember, Polish villagers no longer heal in Dark Age anymore. They heal in Feudal Age.
MbL's got another vill, which he has to house trick. And he does do that. And so I guess the vill count right now is even, so you can't be too disappointed if you're MbL. And is he going to go forward again to get these boars? He's going to try it.
It's 2 boars coming in. MbL's going to try and lame him.
Oh, God.
Oh, this villager... He's not going to move, dude.
Yeah,
he's going to be stuck there. MbL doesn't give him any space whatsoever. That villager is dead.
Yeah, and vill goes down. MbL evens the score. I think I appreciate what he's doing because he's MbL, but I think at this point, MbL, just get your own boars without losing a vill, and you're fine.
Yep.
You don't
and
have
he knows
to
where
go
the horse is from Villese, so he's going to take 2 of those boars. Villese is going to come back out here, maybe. But the scout from MbL is still there, just ready to go. As Villese now goes for a full work at the back already.
Oh man, MbL almost lost that horse. My next point was going to be saving that horse is so valuable here. Because look at MbL's scouting, dude. He doesn't know anything about the back of his base and how to set up his base. It'll be similar for Villese. He did scout the back already, it seems. But I've seen a lot of games where you don't know what your opponent's doing on this map, and it is so difficult. You could probably only just wall up and pray, but you have to keep that horse alive. And now MbL's horse is compromised. Only 10 HP.
Yeah, so if he tries to block, the villager could attack that.
Yep.
And kill it.
And I think that's what will happen. I don't know why MbL's sending a vill so far forward, because there's no longer a boar here.
I have no idea. What, did he think there's a boar over there? Is he going to sneak? That's the worst sneak I've ever seen. If so, he is taking 1.
Okay.
And Villese is going to manage to snag 1 as well.
Villese should just click that vill onto MbL's horse the first time and second time, and then
that's what he's doing.
He's fine.
Yep. And he's going to block the boar. MbL now trying to block the boar himself. He's going to have to go home. Yeah, this is fine.
I mean, technically, Villese could block that vill and chase it down, but that's probably too ambitious.
Yep.
So, pretty even starts here. I think the big thing is going to be feudal age times, and can the Poles player snag horse collar and bit axe and really start to get the farms down around the full works? MbL's horse is saved, so he could scout the back of his base. He'll see the hunt. He'll find the stone.
Remember that
he'll
you
find
need
the gold.
2 buildings to go up here. So you need the lumber camp and the mill because you're not docking on this map.
Yeah.
And I could see MbL forgetting one of those easily.
Love MbL's adjustment there to place the lumber camp in the corner because there's more wood. And yeah, on the topic of forgetting buildings, Villese might. Okay. He just realized
There it is.
we'll place the lumber camp there. It's not really ideal, but the other wood's pretty far away for now. So I think
Now
that's
just
fine.
wall up everything. Just wall up everything. He's going to go from full work on the berries way far away. Wow.
Yeah, he just missed the other berries. The double mill's a bit interesting because I would think that once he's finished with the boar, he might want the farms, but maybe one more boar for Villese, and then he wouldn't need the second mill. But he might play quite open. So we didn't cast it, but we were both watching the Bad Koala and Kingston series last night, and I noticed Kingston went for the full crazy walls, and his opponent didn't. And the guy who didn't wall with like 5 or 6 vills had such a better eco because of the lack of idle time. So maybe you can delay the walls a little bit if you're going to be able to see what your opponent's going to do.
Yeah.
Where's MbL going right now? 4 vills. Looks like a tower rush almost. He's scouting.
Go forward, dude. Yeah, he knows the full walls are going to come up from the poles.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that the poles do, right? They're going to wall themselves in. They're going to try and boom. He's scouting with the horse here. He sees where the full work is.
Yeah.
So might consider it worthwhile to like tower on that wall that's being built if he can't get through, and then deny the farms around the full work potentially. There's a barracks as well. So barracks,
Dude,
tower.
I think MbL is thinking exactly what you said, but I think he's also like, oh, this is the dream. If I find the full work, he can't farm around that thing. But he doesn't know about the other one. He's trying to use his horse right now to block this. Les has
One
no
attack
clue.
at a time. Just keep pushing this away.
Yeah.
Pushing this horse away.
And don't lose it. Don't lose the horse. It's super
There are
weak. Don't
villagers
lose
are
the
here.
horse.
House here from Villese. Horse goes down.
Horse goes down. Will the walls go down? MbL's got 4 vills. He's fighting with 3. He had the
bills are healing now.
better engagement initially. Now the spear is here. Villese trying to keep this out. He does not want MbL of all people in his walls. This would be a nightmare. That's exactly what MbL wants. And he's blocking with the spear, Dave. Can he kill the vill before it heals up? He does.
Yes.
But his vills don't heal.
But long term, do you really want to be in a villager war with poles? Probably not. That's why the archer range behind is so valuable, and it's almost complete now. Has been spotted there by Villese, so he knows what's coming, and we'll see what he does to try and counteract this. He's going for an archer range of his own.
Just one archer changes this significantly. Because MbL already has spears. So I think
Villager from MbL trying to be blocked by Villese. He can't get it.
no
he
horse.
Can't get it.
He didn't block with the horse. And MbL's through. He's bringing us the chaotic game that he loves. And he's stopping the easy breezy wall farm game from the poles. I love the strat. As weird as it might sound with the Mayans, one of the best economic civs, this is really good for MbL right now.
He doesn't know about the other full work, though. So he thinks like, oh, he's not farming.
Yeah.
He is going to get the food boost from those farms in the north, and he did manage to sneak in Horse Collar. So we'll see if Villese can push his tower back. If he does, then he's going to have a tower defending his wood line. He's going to have skirms to fight up against Archer Spear.
This is the only wood line for Villese. So he'll probably take this tower down, but it really does affect his wood situation. Just to have the garrison both in the TC and in the tower. MbL is just going to place another tower. Now Villese is going to want a lumber camp, but he just got
He needs
housed.
to cancel that farm.
And he
does have a lumber camp north.
Okay, there is that,
He's got one north.
Now, downside for MbL here would be he's got no defense at home. So that's something he needs to keep in mind for later. He didn't scout his base that much, so it's not like he has a great idea of how he can wall it up. So I think he's just planning on playing open for now.
That town center is going to be so alone over here.
Yeah.
All of the eco is in the north. It's going to be all by its lonesome. MbL, we could see a situation where he towers all the way around that town center.
I mean, MbL's not towering because of these resources, but look at all the gold in the south that MbL now has control over. Villese will still be able to find gold elsewhere and stone, but it's pretty
Villager
far
dead.
away and it's pretty awkward. And yeah, villager goes down. MbL, he just wants to keep creeping in with towers here, slow and steady. Eagle Edition feels very natural. Had he just gone defensive barracks and forward range, the Eagle follow-up wouldn't be near as quick. Eagles are pretty slow to produce in the first place.
Guy says, I'm rooting for Villese because MbL banned me in his chat. Well, then Villese has a lot of fans out there.
Oh my
There are
God.
thousands of them, bro.
And if we ever play a show match, I know the name of one guy who's going to be rooting for me.
Yeah.
Towers being denied for now. I mean, MbL can't bring in new vills to this party, right? And his vills don't regenerate. Somehow he's done a better job in most of the vill wars. I guess the Eagles. And fletching being in for the archers has actually been a big deal. And dude, MbL's just he's just so annoying.
He's
Just
relentless.
so annoying. Yeah, it feels like right when Villese gets enough to stop him, MbL's got one more little push in him. And tower does go up. He could fall back to that. He's killing these skirms. Villese's got 4 farms around a full work. This is so far from what he thought he was going to get with the pulls in this game by 20 minutes.
Yep. Good micro there from MbL to avoid the first shots from the skirms. The Eagles are so valuable against these skirms. And now Villese has to make an... I thought that was a fork. That's a blacksmith. They look the same when they're being built. He has to make a blacksmith just to try and sneak in fletching here for his skirmishers. But MbL's going to have 2 ranges.
So the
producing.
KD with Eco is even, right? Look at the difference in resources collected right
Res
now.
collected.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. MbL's farming eco is way better. He has the hunt. His vills are not having to reposition, build towers like Villese. It's just the same 3 vills are still doing all the offensive work, and the rest of the vills are working economically. Dang, what a build. I mean, I haven't seen this. I don't know about you, if you saw Mayan forward in any of the earlier rounds, but this is working perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just relentless pressure. And the problem for Villese here is that, like, his TC is cut off completely from his eco. So if he wants new villagers to come over here to help him out, they have to go through a battle zone. He could theoretically go out and rush these other towers down, maybe, with the villagers that are at his town center right now, but he needs support for the stuff up north.
Yep. And also, I think, forgotten the 4 vills in the initial tower. How long have they been in there? That tower.
That's where his villagers
garrison.
from the TC are kind of going.
Yeah. And MbL's probably thinking, oh man, I've done more than enough damage. If I could just keep this up, my resources will rise to Castle Age and I can finish him. Because you could just raid all of this with Eagles. You don't even need range units in Castle Age. Eagles would be the killer blow. Great
What
patience
happened
from
to the
MbL.
stone that Villese had? Did he sell that or something? Like,
I'm trying to make sense of Villese's situation. I can't imagine being him right now.
I mean, he made the tower, but I thought he was on stone. Oh no, that was MbL on stone. Sorry, I got confused.
Yeah.
He made that one tower. That's it.
Someone's saying, oh, he is on stone, actually, Villese, just to the north of all this.
Oh, he made the tower there. Okay, I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's so...
why I was
Normally, there's an
confused.
order to things where you look and
Yep.
what happens next, but all rhyme or reason has been tossed out the window here. Honestly,
Those 4 vills are still in the tower at
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
Oh god.
I think that is why he has almost an hour of idle time. So he's been 4 vills down in terms of working, like, villagers, but he's also just had less because of MbL's kills. It's a perfect game from MbL. Seriously.
I mean, the only upside for Villese here is that his villagers aren't taking much damage from the skirmishers, and they heal it immediately. So all of his vills are full HP.
Someone
Somehow. If it was any other civ, all the vills would be dead.
Someone says MbL is like a mosquito at night when you're trying to sleep. As soon as you close your eyes, you'll hear that bzzz again. I mean, it's not too far off, man. He just keeps coming back. And you can't kill the freaking guy, no matter how hard you try. Just walking through, sure, he loses a vill, but look at the damage he's doing. He's controlling the back side of the base on Mired. This is ridiculous. Like, you're forcing Villese towards the middle. There's nothing in the middle to take. Villese is so dead here. MbL's on the way to Castle Age. He will have Eagle Warrior in Castle Age.
Just Eagles kills him.
And
just
yeah,
Eagles.
and just Eagles kills him, and he still has over 10 range.
Probably make a
units.
Siege Workshop too. Yeah,
Yep.
1 Mangonel and some Eagles. Dead.
It's amazing though. If Villese would have just had that wall down before MbL got through, I think the rest of the game changes. It's a much easier game for Villese. But MbL breaking through, using the horse. Imagine if he did lose that horse. It was on what, 5 HP, and he couldn't block the Palisade foundations. So the fact that he was able to do everything in those moments was huge. And yeah, double forward barracks from MbL. He sees everything. I think Villese taps out when he sees Castle Age. I don't even think he can fight from this position. This is
no,
just too
there's
much.
nothing you can do.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing you can do. Damn, what a game from MbL.
Yeah.
Villese completely out of position here. Just so far away from his TC, so far away from having gold to collect. Like, that's nothing.
Yeah, getting wheelbarrow now. He sees Castle Age. Villese is such a good player. And single elim, and Villese is knocked out by MbL. What a performance from MbL. Really surpassed my expectations today. He had so much skill on every single map. The strategies were different. He's coming in from different angles all the time. I loved it. And I hope he builds some confidence from there as we move on. A great tournament from Villese, of course, but just didn't have what it could take. He couldn't stick to his game plan today because anytime he'd try and execute a plan, MbL was doing something crazy. Even in the game that Villese won, Villese struggled to execute with a big lead because MbL was right on top of him there.
I think there's a lesson here. Like, if you're going to play pulls, if you're going to play that full wall, you got to wall with more than one Vill.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to, if you're going to go for the walls, you got to get them down. And I think there was a game, I don't know if it was yesterday or a couple days ago, I saw someone full walling up, and I think they used like 6 Vills to full wall up.
Just to get the walls down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. But also, at the same time, when you're walling, you're thinking about... You're never expecting a drush on this map. I don't think anyone will ever do that. So when he places these walls, it does fit the natural timing for walls to stop whatever you would typically see, like archers. So it's hard for me to be super critical there. That's why I also don't think he panicked when he saw the horse. He was like, he's not going to have anything here. Like, there's nothing. And then all of a sudden, Vills show up and all hell breaks loose. So, yeah. But I guess against MbL, you maybe need to expect something crazy. I don't know. So what does that mean for the bracket?
You don't know what to expect, to be honest. It means that MbL is through to the top 16, right? It's their first top 16 player.
Yeah, MbL should be on to the top 16. And I think MbL will play the winner of the Viper versus Lewis. I'm going to pull that up.
Ooh.
Viper Lewis still to happen. Will happen this week. But Viper big favorite there, of course. So potentially
Lewis looked pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
Lewis looked pretty good. I think like Lewis has, you could really see the Hera training in him when I watched his set the other day. He was kind of like just sitting back and adapting to whatever his opponent was doing. It wasn't really
very. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And like the farm eco was there and he would just defend, and then push out.
Yeah, Lewis is really mechanically sound, doesn't have as much tournament experience, especially as the Viper. I expect that to be a fun series, but yeah, MbL round of 16 against either Lewis or Viper.